All right, well, we have in studio a lovely, lovely couple. I mean, this is one of these couples that you're like, wish that you could put together and go, there you go, perfect couple. But they are both, celebrities in their own right. The first one I'm going to introduce is Rib Hillis. That was on what started in 2007, Home Makeover. Yes, I guess it'd be better if I turned your mic on. There we go. Home edition. I remember, it's funny when I started watching it, I was like, man, this guy's a handsome man. I wish I looked like that. And then that reality said that'll never happen.
Right.
But
that's a different show. It's called Extreme Makeover, Body Edition.
Right.
Yeah.
And okay, so then your beautiful wife. Okay, I'm gonna butcher your name, Elena. Oh my gosh. Okay, what did I say? Elena Grinenko.
Double N.
Kind of green acres, but
Don't feel bad.
Green. It's like a green color almost.
I think she purposely pronounces her name with that extra Russian accent.
Just to make us all feel.
I Americanize it a little bit.
That's Americanized?
Yeah. Exactly. I'll say my
I'm
full
country.
name. It's Elena Yurievna Grinenko. How about that?
Yeah, let's do the other one. Let's do the other one. All right. So,
that's a lot going on right
Carla,
there.
you want to try it?
No.
She's like, no.
I know my limitations. Okay.
Well, that's, my co-host, Well Benali, his is like, well, Benali. It's because he's from the Middle East, and so it's like 400, letters.
Oh, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot
that's
pole.
why I'm just calling Well. It's not even Well, it's Well. So, but you're here because you guys have opened up a ballroom studio.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
How exciting. I got to get this for you. A little applause.
It's a big deal for us. Elena, is a world champion ballroom dancer. Elena was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
That's actually why I met her when I was in Extreme Makeover. She was on Dancing with the Stars, a big ABC party. So it's been
was that what
I
happened?
was going to say ABC brought you guys
at the Beverly
together.
Hilton Hotel.
Thank you,
She
ABC.
was walking through the red carpet area, and she stomped by. I didn't know who she was.
You said she stomped by?
She stomped by with
like,
her
I
nose
did.
up in the air, and I asked the publicist guy, I said, who is that girl, and what is her problem? And he goes, I just want to dance with the Stars, because she looked pissed off. So I had to go talk to her.
Oh, that's funny.
You had to go talk to her because she looked pissed off?
I did.
I know. Isn't that what
That's
are the
hysterical,
logics?
right?
What are the logics?
Most men are trying to run
Yeah,
from a
they're
woman
like,
like that.
I guess I like a challenge. I don't know.
Good for you.
Yeah,
But
my
that-
partner.
That was it'll be 6 years this July, and
You have
we have a
daughter?
brand new 4-month-old baby boy, Magnus.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
girl, you look good.
Thank you.
4 months?
Yes, 4 months.
Oh, you're fierce. That's because she's a dancer. They
That's
snap
true.
right
I
back.
went to
True.
work on day 8 after giving birth, so I was
What?
already
She
judging
was
a world
standing
championship.
on the dance floor judging
did.
for like 8 hours a day.
When my sister had a baby, I took a month off. I'm just kidding.
You took a month off.
I took a month off, yeah.
No, not this one. So we're very excited because part of her life before was traveling. She'd be gone 200 days out of the year,
Yeah.
judging and coaching and traveling all over the country.
Really?
And
Yeah.
that's not conducive with a little baby boy, so we got a studio. We started a studio. It's a studio that was already running, but we took it over, and the name is Laballroomstudio. And that's
.com. It's LA.
Yeah, it's
Ballroom.
Yes,
LABallroomstudio.com, all one word, and it's also the name of the studio, and it's over on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. And we are thrilled. We started on Monday, and I was in my first class. What have I done? I've done a West Coast swing. I've done cha-cha. We do Zumba class on Saturday.
Zumba.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did
I was just about to
Booty.
ask you what styles of ballroom do you guys teach there? So you said Western.
West Coast swing.
Yeah.
I'll defer to my
Yeah.
lovely wife.
Ballroom, I don't know, for some reason people think that ballroom it's only like tango, foxtrot, and that direction, but actually ballroom has a way broader. So Latin is also part of ballroom. So if
Okay.
you do something like salsa, is also part of ballroom.
Okay.
Any type of swing could also be part of ballroom, whether it's West Coast swing or Lindy Hop. We teach it all. So as a ballroom dancer teacher, I probably know about good 40 dances that I can teach
Oh, wow.
to people. And
Wow.
and Zumba is a Latin workout, and
I've seen the videos like at 3 o'clock in the morning going, wow, looks fun.
We took a video of me dancing Zumba the other day, and I
was
said,
fun.
I put it up and I said, don't be intimidated, because obviously all levels of dance are welcome. Clearly, otherwise I wouldn't be there, because I'm pretty much embarrassing myself. But that's what's so fun about it, though, is as a
you don't care,
as an
yeah.
outsider to the dance world, You know, I see this world that Elena grew up in, and it's just gorgeous people having fun and being vibrant and alive. And that's the same true with the competitive dancers as with the students in a social club. It's just all about having fun. And they say there are chemicals your body releases when you move. Movement.
Yes.
Yeah,
Releases
endorphins, yeah.
Makes you happy.
So when we leave here, I'm going back to do a tango class.
Are you really?
Ooh, all right.
Wow, look at
So
that.
with the classes where you need a partner, do you have to sign up as a couple, or do you partner people up together in
not
the
at
class?
all. You can come in as a couple. You can come as a
You
single.
can do a
and
BYOP,
yeah.
bring your partner,
Bring your own partner.
or you can
That's
just
funny.
come to
Yeah.
class. Yeah.
We rotate. So even if you do come as a couple, people kind of mingle around, and you can try
Yeah,
to
I
dance
dated
with
with
few
I
people.
danced with like 10 women last night.
Dated.
Wow.
He dated with 10
Did you
women
hear that?
That was
It
a Freudian
slipped.
slip.
She's got her hand on her hip, y'all.
Well,
She
okay.
about ready to drop kick a brother. I'm just saying.
But you know, I actually, because I can barely do a line dance, so this is my thing. Is as a professional dancer,
Yes.
growing up in
Russia.
I mean that. I know you're probably pretty strict over there, like in England with acting. They're pretty strict. So, do you ever get frustrated with people? You're like, get it!
You know
Come on,
what?
just get it.
If I'll be honest, when I was teaching there, it was all about hardcore teaching kids, and parents expect results from you. So if you
Right.
don't get them to a certain level, they're going to take that kid elsewhere and put it to the other school. So it was
Right.
very, very strict. When I came to America, it's social dancing is more popular here, and it's all for fun. So it actually took me some time to get used to that. I don't actually like. It doesn't have to be that detailed, or it doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to do it.
yeah,
And
Just
have
yeah.
fun
do it
doing
and
it,
have
too.
fun doing it and enjoy it. And it kind of rubbed off on me as a dancer as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing this because I love it. But sometimes we get so closed off on what the goal is, and then you just have to take a breather and realize why you're doing it.
So when did you take on the enjoyment aspect? It was when you were dancing with Max or with Tony?
Tony.
Oh, me? Oh,
Dancing with Tony
No.
Devellani. Her and
Yeah.
Tony Devellani won 2 world championships. While you were on Dancing with the Stars at the time, right?
Yes.
while you were on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, we did it all at the same time. We competed
Oh Lord.
and did dance.
Okay, so how
That's
were you doing
dedication.
all that? Because you guys had to choreograph and everything for
we
the.
would practice at the whatever available for us. So if you put 8-9 hours a day into a celebrity, then you go and spend at least a couple of hours for ourselves. We would actually, Tony and I would practice on set of Dancing with the Stars if we had 30 minutes over there to go our routines and polish the things that we need to do. And
Now, when
yeah.
it comes to just talking about Dancing with the Stars for a second, when it comes to choreographing for the celebrities over there, how challenging is that to do in a different style every week? And in some instances, you guys only have a couple of days, and with the new rules that they have switched to as of late, you only have like a couple of seconds,
What?
or maybe a minute.
a couple of seconds.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, that whole dance challenge
Yeah.
thing where they give you the style of the dance, and on the commercial break you work out the routine. It's crazy.
To answer your question, I did it, but I have no idea how they do it. I mean, celebrities. It's like I taught them, and it was challenging. But I cannot imagine putting myself in a situation. Teach me how to play piano and teach me.
No, but you
to
still
do-
had to come up with the steps, though. You know,
Yes.
I mean, that isn't that a bit of a challenge to come up with a different routine in a different style every week?
Yes and no. I think the more challenge is who you're working with. Because
Oh,
if you
okay.
have a person that is capable, you just go bam, 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 and they learn it very fast, and you have more creativity. What's actually more challenging is to take somebody who can't do that and make it done it really fast. So because they're on a slower pace, and you gotta see what's gonna make them look better. So and you'd also tune out your dancing a little bit to make your
So you-
celebrity look good.
So you have to kind of be a little bit of a counselor, so to speak, because you got to figure out what kind of mood they're in, what kind of dance level they're at,
yeah.
and all that. Like they
a
may
therapist.
come,
Right.
yeah, like they may come to rehearsal one day and be like, "Oh, my baby's sick," or "My dog threw up," or you know what I
Yes,
mean?
and the same thing in the studio as well. People come in and they came from work and they had a bad day, and you got to make sure that you kind of get them out of it, and so they
Well,
can switch of having fun.
Because
so,
I was an All-American athlete in college, and I know technique. You have to be very technical.
What sport?
I was a hammer thrower. Yeah,
Really?
I know. Yeah, you know.
I would never.
I never thought. Yeah, most people don't. I was like the smallest one, but kicked their ass. But that's okay. But you know, it's very technical, and so is what you do. It's very technical, and it's very mindset. It's one of those things. If you walk in going, "I'm not going to do very good," you're not going to be focused enough to give the technique that you should, and to get the job done. Same with dancing, I think, and that you can tell me if I'm wrong. That when you're, especially as a professional, you have to be in that moment and not wandering. Or do you get to the point where it's so natural to you that you can do your shopping
wake
list?
me up at 4 in the morning and I'll do a perfect rumba walk for you.
Oh, you're fierce.
See,
She's that chick, okay?
In high heels.
In high heels.
She's
What
that
about you? Have you
chick.
tried those high heels, Rip?
Well, that's another topic.
Oh, okay. We'll move
Well,
on.
Rip, about extreme. Let's move to you about and talk a little bit about Extreme Home Makeover. What kind of feeling or elation do you get watching somebody's dreams come true like that?
That show was incredible, and
I loved
I've
it.
said this 1,000 times. It was real. Those were real families with real problems, and that house really got built in 125 hours.
Wow.
You know,
That's
and it was
craziness.
just amazing when they would go away and come back. Those tears. It was emotional. It was incredible. I'm still in touch with some of those families.
Really?
Yeah. The Nicholas family in I think it was in Michigan, and she had 3 young boys, and I still get Facebook messages from them. And there's a family down in Arizona and stuff. So it was incredible. It was one of the greatest things I've ever been a part of. That show was amazing.
How did you become part of that show from the beginning?
I don't know. I guess right place at the right time. I grew up building stuff. I was kind of that guy that would just build stuff with his hands. And then an audition came along for, what was the show? It was called Model Citizen. That was about models doing charity work. And I ended up doing a lot of the labor on that and build something. And the producers of that pitched my name to Extreme Makeover when they were looking for designers. And so I was called by Extreme to go audition for it, and was able to go through the process where one of my coworkers, one of my co-stars, Dee Dee Snyder, she had been in like a 3-year internship to get on the show. Like that was her goal.
Wow.
And I literally was like,
And you just
I
kind of
bet you were
waltzed
very
up into
popular
it.
with her. You know,
well,
like, you
we both
jerk.
came at it from different places, but we ended up both working on the same
Wow.
show and had the same experience. So it was.
How does that audition like build me something?
They
I mean, what
flew
do
me.
they?
They flew me. I was here actually. I think it was on this lot possibly, and it was an on-camera one, and you had to pretend that you were, getting interviewed, like when you see us sitting there talking about the family. I made it to that run, so they flew me to, I think it was Montana, where they were actually on set, and they brought me on set when they were shooting, and they didn't, air that footage, but they used a camera crew and had me doing what I ended up doing, just a year later on the real show, running around the house. That's where I met some of the cast members, the executive producer. And it was
great.
just, it was crazy. And I was able to make it through the casting process. That was great, 2 years, and did another home improvement show afterwards. It's called $100 Makeover, which was the same premise, just a really much less budget.
Right.
But all that
That's
skill
challenging,
comes.
though,
It is,
to do it on a much less budget. Yeah.
Sure. I would literally go around the house and scrounge up lumber to try and find out what I'm going to build. The family needed a new table, and I would build it out of like doors and things. And
Really?
So now at the studio, like we talk about delegating assignments, this is the dancing part of this partnership.
The building
I'm
part.
the one who's going to be building everything. There's some renovations we're going to do. We're going to put a new lounge area in.
Lounge there. I'm gonna put some tables over here. We're gonna make a bar.
Teachers lounge.
A
and,
bar, all right.
Like a little
Oh,
bar
okay.
session, cafe.
So that's I will get my hammer and nails out again and start going back to work, because I certainly am not doing the work on the dance floor.
No, yeah. Well, what are some of the most proudest inventions or buildings that you have? Not buildings, but
Projects that I've
projects
done?
that you've worked on or have done.
I think in my personal life it would probably be like I did built-in closets for I have 10-year-old twins.
Oh wow!
And I had the best time doing it. I got my son to get involved in that, and that was really fun.
Give some memories there.
Yeah, and
helping
they're
each other.
still in the house. That's my twins live down in Orange County with their mom, and they're still there.
They have a ladder and
Oh, wow.
super cute.
That's
Something
cool.
about building something with your own hands that is really rewarding. You
And
know,
it's very personal.
Yeah.
You know?
When you get to the craftsmen do things, and you're like, I did this, I built this, and the person will tell you every time you come up, I built this. It's like, yes, I know you built that. I mean, you've been telling me your whole life, and it's something very rewarding about that.
Yeah, it's very personal. Back in the day, before we had all the technology and the tools and things that we have available in this day and age, people had to really do what you were doing when you did the $100 makeover show, scrounge around and try to figure out how you're going to, you know, build this house or make this door or make this piece of furniture.
Sure, now you just go on to, like, you know, closets.com and you design your closet, and then 2 days later they get delivered and somebody installs them.
I can actually put IKEA stuff together myself.
Right. You're fierce, because I cannot with IKEA.
I've done it.
I break.
Don't you hate those assemble yourself
that
you can never figure it out? Like, there's like pieces, like, where's that piece? I don't even see that piece.
First of all, with IKEA, the very first time I bought something from IKEA, I thought they were like, oh, you have to put it together. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good at following instructions. Yeah. The instructions are in Swedish, and there's pictures. So it's kind of like figuring out a puzzle.
That's my language. Like,
Swedish?
That's my world. Well, I like
Swedish,
putting IKEA diagrams. Like, I look at those, and I've done it quite a few times. So I find them to be very, I don't know. There's things I can't do. I'm not very good at accounting.
Ever. I've tried many times.
Who is, honey?
So,
who is?
but okay, you started in modeling, and tell me a little bit how you got involved into modeling.
I was, well, like you, I was an athlete in college. I played football for 2 years. I was at the time at the University of Colorado, and I weighed about 40 pounds more than I do now.
Wow.
And I woke up one day.
Muscle weight.
I decided I was hurting myself more than I was hurting other people. And as an inside linebacker, you want to deliver the pain and not get it. And I was like, I think there's something else out there.
Like, I'm hurt more than I'm.
You're like,
I lost a lot of weight when I stopped playing, and a friend said,
I'm just going to get rid of weight and be pretty.
I did not know this was. I had no idea this was in my future. But I got discovered by a modeling agency, and I ended up going off to Milan between my junior and senior year of college, and then after college I moved to Paris and lived in Paris for 2 years.
Okay, that's kind of fabulous.
See, Carla, nobody ever offered me
right? Ain't nobody trying to take me to Paris or Milan.
Yeah, they took me
I
to
went
Paris,
there,
Texas.
but it wasn't the model. I'm just saying.
At the time, I had no idea that it would be like this. We're talking, and I'll date myself. This was 1992. So I mean, I've been doing this. This is what I have done for forever, and I did not know it was going to be a lifelong career. But it's been something I've been able to be very fortunate. I thank my parents and, some good genes. So, and that's, I've been working on camera.
And after all, now he owns a dance studio.
Right. Right.
It's like, it's also been kind of given to him. Now he's in the dance industry.
Well, growing up in Russia, though.
I love her.
Thank you.
I love her.
I work for things.
Right.
I know you do.
But growing up in Russia,
like,
were you
hey.
always did you want to be a dancer from all your life? Or?
You know what? My mom got me into dancing.
Was she a dancer?
No, she was never a dancer, and she always wanted it. And her parents never gave her to dancing, so it's kind of her like a dream.
She's here now. My
she is.
Russian mother-in-law. She's in L.A.
great.
with our son. Yeah.
And
watching.
I was only 7, and girl being a 7, getting into dance, of course, I loved it. But I got lucky as well. Talking about being at the right place at the right time, there was a partner who lost his partner, but he was already a national champion in his category. And he was only a year younger, and they couldn't find him a girl because he was little. And they said, okay, well, let's go to beginner classes and see if we can find a talented girl for you that we can train. So
And
that
they snatched
talented
you
girl
up.
happened to be me. And I joined the classes in September, and in December I was competing a Moscow championship, and out of 180 couples, we were second.
Wow.
So basically, my dance career started, here you go, you got to come in every day for 2 hours, you got to have 2 dresses, 2 pairs of shoes, and
You're like,
bam,
what?
bam, bam, go. and my mom said, yes. So it was kind of started right away as a very serious competitive.
But did that ever take away from it, though? Because how some
It
parents
did.
are,
Yeah, it did
take
when
away
I was
the
a
She
joy.
doesn't want our son to become a competitive dancer because of her intense experience. But here's the funny part: she wants him to be a model, and I don't want him to be a model.
You want him to be a dancer? No.
Yeah, dancing is way better than modeling.
Modeling is
How
hard.
about he does both?
Oh, there we go. A dancing model.
But
There
modeling,
we
Yes.
go. I would
modeling
more
is very
model dancer.
difficult.
Model dance.
Modeling, not to take away from dancing, but modeling requires a completely different skill set because you have to convey whatever is in your head or whatever emotion they want you to convey. You have to do that with your face and with your body, and that's not always as easy as one would think. It's a little difficult.
It's funny because the grass is always greener, kind of. Because I look at her life and her career, and I think how amazing. Like I personally, I think I only know since knowing her, this is the first world champion I've ever met. World champion is in the room. You know, I think that's the most crazy thing. But then I hang out with her and her friends, and all of her friends are world champions. It's literally like
So it
hanging
takes
out.
it away.
No, it doesn't diminish your success. It just means that I'd say it'd be like hanging out with Shaq. It's not like hanging out with some like third Division III basketball player plays pickup bat. Yeah, you're hanging out with like a champion. I hang out with a champion, and so her friends are champions. They're champions in American Smooth and other styles of dance. And at our wedding, we did the tango.
Yeah, we
okay,
did
and so we did
Argentine
Argentine tango.
Oh,
And the
awesome.
woman who
Nice.
taught us how to
Very
dance
nice.
tango said, "Well, when you go out there," she didn't know Elena was a world champion ballroom
I
dancer.
said,
Oh,
She's
no.
don't you say to anybody what I
because
do.
when you
That
go out on the
is
floor,
hilarious.
you
It's
want
intimidating.
every woman in the place to elbow the guy and say, "You should take me dancing like that. I want to do that with you." And I said, normally that would be the case, but our reception is going to be full of world champions. Like 80% of the people in our dances, they're going to be critical of my dancing.
Right? They're
I
like,
was
why are you
scared
marrying
to
this guy? He
death.
can't even
No,
dance.
don't be scared.
I was scared because I knew that they would be like, your foot was a little out of place, and they did. They were like,
Did they really?
Yeah, they were. They were.
They
but
loved it.
they
She's like,
loved it,
"That's
but
news
they
to
were
me."
like, yeah.
I didn't hear it because I know for me, most of them, first of all, they didn't expect it because we had that little argument over that I didn't want to dance at my wedding because we had a lot of dancers there. So for me, it wasn't like, oh, it's a special thing. I'm going to do choreography and stuff like that.
And I'm like, you don't want to dance with me at our wedding? What? You won't? Because I'm not a world champion dancer. You won't dance with me?
So we agreed on the middle ground, and I said, okay, I'm not going to teach you because then it feels like work. How about we go to the studio and we take the class, and I'm going with you as a student, so nobody knows that I'm a dancer.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
mean, they figured out really quick, first lesson into it.
They're
And the
like,
group are you a ballroom dancer? I'm like, oh, yes.
Either she's very naturally talented, or
Or-
she is a.
Yeah, but we did not tell them what I do, so.
So okay, were you always? Because I've dated a couple dancers, and there is a shelf life of certain. Like I dated a guy that toured with Celine Dion. But at a certain age that it's either you're going to become a choreographer or because you're not going to be able to do that
Yep.
for the rest of your life. When did you decide that because you're still going strong, but when did you decide it's time to open a studio or a
Well, I thought about it for quite some time because I retired from
did?
from competitive world 8 years ago.
wow?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So since that, I did tons of shows, and I was still very active into dancing. And then I was already thinking about that studio idea would be the route that I would want to go. But I guess when we met, I started thinking more about that,
She met up with a guy
Family
who already had. I had 5-year-old twins at the
Yeah.
time, so she went from being a single, carefree,
And
footless
never-
woman
never
on
home.
a popular TV show. to there's kids now. There's 5-year-olds running around. Yeah.
Wow.
But I guess more serious it became when I was pregnant, and I was like, okay, now how my traveling and being gone literally 70% out of the time is not. It's not a good mother kind of situation.
Right.
So, and then we actually put it out there and started asking people if anybody's selling or being interested in partnering or things like that.
We were doing the negotiations literally on Christmas Eve day.
Yes.
Wow,
And,
so
and
that's
then
very
we
recent.
took off Christmas Day,
Yeah.
and then so it was a very short and intense negotiation process. It was a fantastic opportunity for us and our family, and that we want to do this. This is the direction we want to take our life, and the previous owner was ready to take her life in a different direction. So we inherited this fantastic studio it's already got a student body, and we have great teachers that are already there
Oh, cool.
teaching. Yeah, I mean,
I was
literally,
going to
our
ask,
first-
how did you put your staff together?
our first day at work, there were already lessons going on because it
Oh,
was
wow.
already running.
That's always a good
Yeah.
thing. It's
So
not starting
we-
from scratch. Yeah.
No,
Right.
and so our intention, our hope is to keep what worked and keep the people that are there going, but also raise it a little bit. That's why we want to come out here and talk about it and get some new blood into this deal. We need men. We need men.
I'm willing to take because I do want to start.
Come over.
I always
There was
wanted to
two
say
guys, in the cha-cha class, and like 10 women, and that's why
Is one Riley?
I got in there. No, we're getting him over. I want to get him there for Zumba.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh, we definitely
Need to
will
film
tape that.
Yeah, I was going to say film that one. Okay, so what is being in this? This is your business. What is one of the most difficult dances that you've seen, especially newcomers,
To
pick
learn?
up? Yeah.
Oh gosh, I think it's a hard question to answer because everybody has a different sense of rhythm, and sometimes you think, oh, swing would be the easiest one to teach, and they suddenly can't do it. But in my opinion, let's say samba has a different, harder technique, and they suddenly doing it because it's easier for their body. So it's actually depends on the
It just
person.
depends on the person.
I love the facial expressions they may make. And,
Competitive
I know, right? It's hysterical. Some of them are hysterical.
They
I'm
are.
like, what are you doing?
And so when I dance with the face down. My footwork's
Makes
terrible.
me giggle
You
every
watch your
time.
you watch your feet.
When we dance, she can't stop laughing because there's Vitaly is a young competitive dancer that's a friend of ours, and he has the best face. I mean, he kills it, and he's really good. But his face is just so expressive, so I copy him, and it makes her giggle. And we're out there. I think I was doing it while we were doing our tango for our wedding, and you
probably.
started giggling. I'm like,
Giggle,
no,
yeah.
this is serious tango.
I think I start giggling before we even start dancing because as soon as you take my hand, you already start making faces. He's like,
Well,
That's hysterical.
well, there's a Miranda in the chat room. Is she one of your instructors?
She
Yes, she is.
Yes.
We're flying her in.
Oh.
Literally, I
Miranda.
called her and I said, okay, you wanted to move to California for a really long time. She's like, okay, so when can you come?
That's a great story. She loves dance, and so she went and sought it out herself, and she found Elena
Through Twitter.
Through Twitter.
Okay, that's hysterical.
and
Yes.
she's
Well,
become
Justin Bieber was on YouTube, so there we
she's
go.
become
That's
a very close family friend of ours,
That's
and
great.
has continued with her dance education, and she became a dance instructor where.
In Saratoga,
Yeah.
New York.
So
Yeah.
she is now a certified instructor, and we're like, when we have a studio, we'll bring you out. Well, we got our studio, and I think we called her literally that day, and
Yeah,
she's
like a week ago.
yeah,
Aw.
so we're excited to have you out here, Miranda. Hurry, hurry!
Welcome
Yeah,
to
right.
LA, Miranda.
It's gonna be nice and warm for you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Compared to
Ooh,
what
compared
the
to
East Coast.
Saratoga, New York. Ooh.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Well, I'm going to play this and we're going to talk over it. This is a video, your new commercial, Rib, of the Hefty. We're talking over it. People are watching it right now. So tell me about this commercial. I've noticed commercials now are getting so sexual.
That spot was it's
Sex
one of
sells.
the funnest spots I've ever done. This experience, I was home for Thanksgiving, and my agent said, "Hey, they need to put you on tape for this commercial. I'll send you the deck that the director put out to pitch the brand." So when I get the deck, it was describing what they were going to shoot, and then it had pictures of potential guys, types that you would like, a type, and one of them was Tyson Beckford, and another one was this other really handsome, good-looking model guy, and the third one was me. It didn't have my name attached to it. I'm like, that's me. That's me. So they're looking for a Rib Hillis type.
You're like, that's me.
And people say they love your bag action, by the way.
Yeah. And so I got
don't know
to
what that
Bag action. That's hysterical.
I pulled a bag out of the trash.
Oh,
can.
okay.
But that spot was really fun. I kind of, I had a very good chance of getting it because that was the archetype that they wanted. But the day we shot it was hilarious. They shot a lot of fun footage, and I'm waiting for them to put it out there. There was a lawn sprinkler striptease going on that myself and all the other trash
Carla,
men did.
you know you like
kind
that
of
one.
a fantasy sequence of the housewife. But it was a lot of fun, and it was great to see the response. I think there's over 200,000 viewers on Hefty's website. And every day, like the Hefty people, and I don't know who they are, but Hefty, I get a tweet from Hefty brand.
That's hysterical.
And they're like, Rib, thanks for doing a commercial. I'm like, are you kidding? I love doing it. And it's been a lot of fun. And it
We'll
was one of those-
definitely use hefty bags in the studio.
That's right.
Right?
Well, it's what's funny about commercials, I think, because so many people just whip through them now anymore, that you have to like pull that, what's that Kmart commercial? Remember the guys in the boxers?
Oh, ringing the bell?
Yeah, ringing the
Christmas,
bell.
yeah.
I don't know about that one. I thought that was a little...
I
don't
thought
know.
that was hysterical.
I thought it was hysterical too, but there was a lot of people, like you said, that did
They
not
were
like
salty.
it.
They were not
I
having
was
it.
like,
Listen.
are you... Have you
Especially-
seen it?
I watch
Especially
Super
the last
Bowl
one, the last
for
bell.
commercials.
So do I.
Yeah, it's
Because
not
I could
about
care
the-
less who's
yeah,
playing.
For commercials, the best commercials of the year.
I'm like her. A lot of people leave the room during commercials. I love commercials. It's like it's a 30-second story. It's my world. So, but I
Right.
love it. Love
Well,
the Super Bowl commercials.
and you look great. And
The thing I'm most proud of too is that's my voice. The voiceover is mine too.
oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know
it's
that.
all you need. in one bag.
Ooh.
Okay, that's hysterical.
Yeah, I have
do voiceovers.
If anyone's out there listening, I mean, it was a lot.
Do
of
you
fun.
do voiceovers?
I have not done them
You should
yet,
start.
but I'd like to. They always they always pay me for this. So
Well,
they're
you
like
can get
they
paid.
literally-
And
Behind-
again, Carla, nobody's ever paid me for this.
I want to get paid for the voice because then you come to work and it doesn't matter what you look like.
That is true. It's
That's true. I can attest to that.
Well, Elena, did you act? Are you an actress too, or do you want to be an actress? Or?
I finished a performance art academy in Russia, so I did a little bit stage acting and
We do
putting-
auditions. She helps me audition for
Yeah.
things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do my Russian accent, and he goes, "Where do you take that Russian accent?" I'm like, "This is my movie Russian accent." So I
And I
put
said,
the
do you
extra
realize that all the
in there.
movie Russian actors you hear, most of them are Americans doing their version of
Their
a
best
Russian
Right,
impression.
exactly.
Because we'll do auditions, and it gets it gets tedious to run lines, and it's just to make it fun. We're like, okay, let's do it with that French accent, and I don't care what it's about. And so she does it with her Russian accent.
I did
and
an Italian one.
and her Italian accent, ready? She just talks with her hands like this.
It's still
She
Russian,
doesn't-
but it's
she doesn't change
still Russian.
her tone at all. It's just
just
moving
the
her
hands.
hands.
She has a
It's her
joke.
Italian accent. It's
That's
hilarious.
hysterical.
let's hear your Spanish.
She's like,
Te quiero Taco Bell.
That's better than I would do, though.
that's hysterical.
I can't even say
I'm a little
Capirio.
delinquent in the Russian department. We've been together for almost 6 years now, and my son, he must think he lives in Russia because his mother,
Yes.
my mother-in-law, is there and speaks to him all day in Russian. And then this one comes home, and Magnus, he must be like, "Who's this guy? What language is he speaking?"
So your son can speak?
Well, he's
Well,
4
he's
months
4
old.
months.
Oh,
He
You know,
got
at 4 months
goo
old.
gaga goo goo.
Yeah.
So actually, though,
But that'll be
I think
great
it's
for him
great
to have a
have a
second
second
language.
language.
Yeah.
Bilingual right
yeah,
away.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was just country. That's all I had growing up. Yeah. So people say, "Can you speak another language?" I said, "I can't even speak English."
So we're going to get you over to the studio.
I want
You gonna
to.
Come?
I want to. No, I want to go.
Go on the website, which is www.laballroomstudio.com, and go to the calendar section, and then there's an active calendar of what you can see what's going on. Like tonight, you'll see that there's an American tango class,
Nice.
group classes. But then on the week, we do Zumba. We're going to try and get some hip hop in there. One of our
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Carla,
that-
will you do the
yeah.
hip hop?
Do I look like I do hip hop?
I don't know.
I don't do no damn hip hop.
Yeah, that calendar is only for group classes, so we actually run private lessons
Oh, you do? Okay.
all day long. So it's
We just had a
usually-
couple in there last
Yeah.
night that's going to come in for their wedding dance and do so. It's a lot of fun. It's a great, like a studio in my mind. What was that movie with Jennifer Lopez?
Shall we dance? I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I want a studio where people come and it's just it's a family and everyone wants to be there and it's fun and it's a lot of energy and that's what our vision is. So come on over and join us.
And I think that's one good thing about right here on UBN on Channel 2 at 6 we have Tango Angeles.
I heard about
Yeah, and I love it
Tango
that
Angeles.
I love it that they're bringing tango music and talking about the passion and the history of
this
it.
one.
It's my favorite.
I think
dance.
you would be great on that show.
I call it the sexiest dance alive.
She tells
Oh,
a
really?
story
It
about
looks like it
man.
is.
about
It looks like
when
it
Carlos
is.
Gavita showed her how
Yeah.
to just take a woman's hand, and he said what it took about 20 minutes of him just showing her how to take, and she goes, "I was on the verge of orgasm the entire time." And he didn't even do anything. He just was right. That's what you said.
Yeah,
Honey.
he was I don't know, pushing 70 probably at that point, a little bit overweight with big beard, and I was in early 20s, and if I would just look at him on the street, no way.
You'd be like,
But when he's like, "Oh, and you take a woman," and so by the time I got into that close hold, it was just
It was
heaven.
over.
wow.
And my partner at that point was literally standing there in the corner going,
Jaw dropping.
"Yeah."
Tango,
It was
Argentine
amazing.
tango is sexy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a connection. I think it's the closest you can get to the other person,
With your
and
clothes
it's
on.
very,
Yeah.
very
Right.
intimate. And yeah. it's
Well, it
just-
sounds like LABallroomstudios.com. Go to check out all the classes, check out
Yeah.
the instructors. But I think this is it's good for people to get out of their comfort zone and get into a studio. And because if it's listen, I'm nervous to even get on a dance floor anymore. But I think this would be fun for the people that have not been going to the clubs like they used to and just go free on the dance floor.
I'll be there.
You gonna go with me?
Yay!
All right.
It's
I'll
a
go.
fun
Okay,
environment.
let's do it.
Don't
and
act like you don't
worry
know.
about making a fool of yourself, because I promise you, I will make him the biggest fool.
I
I've
used to
made.
dance back in the day.
Look
what?
at
Not
you
you,
going hip hop. Now
Not
you
you
going hip hop.
specifically. The pejorative, the general.
No. I said I used to back in the day dance. It's been a minute since I did it, but
Well, we thank you guys for being here.
No,
you guys
thank you
please
for
come
having
back.
us.
Would love to.
I would love to, maybe
Maybe
down the road.
do an on location
We could.
segment.
We could do that, Carla.
that would be great.
We could.
Why do you always defer to me like Carla?
Because if she says it's okay, then I'll do it. Because I'm like, I don't want to go by myself because I'm too scared.
It's smart. I
Oh,
always,
please.
I am. I'm scared.
Please.
I'm a shy little angel. But thank you so much for being here. Again, go to laballroomstudio.com. And Elena and Rib, thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you guys. Great success in this new adventure. I know it's exciting and a little nervous because it's like, oh my God.
we're going back to work right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you are
Oh,
going
yeah.
back. What's
Yeah.
what classes are tonight? What are you
Tango.
going to
There's
Are you going to be
tango.
teaching,
Yeah.
or just more overseeing?
I'm not. I'm teaching on Sundays actually.
Oh, really?
We're gonna do. We call it a master class. So.
Oh, see,
some
I don't want to
people
go to that one.
No. All beginners are welcome as well. It's just gonna be a little bit more specific about Latin
You
dancing.
can come take a
Ooh.
class
But,
with a two-time world champion.
Yay!
But everybody's welcome.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And Carla, are you guys? Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come
Yes.
back, we're going to get our pictures taken.
Yes.
But Carla's Corner, we're going to be talking about.